Okay, look, I'm not saying I was right when I called the 49ers overrated, but they lost to the Bears. I mean, was it during like a monsoon where the field was like a lake? Yes, but I'm just gonna take it, okay? 49ers are overrated. Let's go. But in all seriousness, they have a pretty good roster. I'll get to it in a few seconds, but super quick. We easily hit the like goal on the last video within the first like 12 hours, so let's up it to 20 for this one. Last one was 15, let's up it to 20. Again, we've been hitting that. I just wanted to set it low so we can guaranteed hit them, you know what I mean? And we're getting closer to 500 subscribers. We're only like 30-ish away, so if you want to say you were an OG of my channel when I inevitably hit 10 more billion subscribers or whatever, I don't know, be sure to drop a sub because it helps me out. You might as well go down and do both, like, subscribe, and then turn on notifications because, you know, I post bangers. And I have a very fun one planned for the next video that is a suggestion. I'm sure if you commented that, you know who you are. But yeah, be ready for that one. And of course, if you want to catch it, turn on them notifications, you know what I'm saying? But that is all. Be sure to just share it with a friend, you know, if you got anyone that might enjoy. But lengthy intro over. Let's get into a breakdown of this team. So this is a look at the team going into year number 1. Obviously, we out here with Mikey McDingle. If there's one thing I will definitely give this team is that they have some stars out here. So I would say their best player is definitely Trent Williams, probably the best tackle or lineman in general in the league. He's an insane run blocker, possibly the best run blocker of all time. I know it's weird to talk about the tackle first, but he is a monster. Arguably the best tight end in the league in George Kittle. I think he's like number 2, just barely behind Travis Kelce. They have great block. Well, they have 2 great blocking players, but their interior's shaky. I'll get to that in a second. Deebo Samuel, you know, I'm sure Niners fans aren't gonna like to hear this, but I'm not the biggest Deebo fan in the world. He gets kind of schemed open a lot. He kind of is just a running back playing receiver. I know there's the whole joke about Lamar being a running back, but Deebo's really a running back playing receiver. I mean, shit. I think he's good, clearly. I don't think he's bad at all. I just think he's a touch overrated, but still a very good player. Brandon Ayuk is good. I like Juwan Jennings even. I gave him a dev trait here. Had a pretty good week 1. Their running back room, I always question it, and it always surprises me, so I'm just not going to question it. Tyrion Davis-Price was probably a great pick, even though I hated it, but it was probably a great pick. Jeff Wilson, I've always liked Jeff Wilson. We'll see what they do with him this year. Elijah Mitchell is injured, but is a good running back, had a great rookie year. But now we get to the questions of this team. Well, actually, Kyle Juszczyk is a god, but the main questions about this team are the quarterback situation in the interior offensive line. Obviously, Alex Mack retired on them. Their guard situation wasn't great to begin with. I mean, the last good guard they had was like Justin Pugh, I guess. Even then, he was just solid. I don't know. I like Daniel Brunskill. I like him more as a tackle, though. Jake Brendel, I don't even know if he's ever really played before, so they're kind of throwing a lot into him. Aaron Banks, I was not a fan of when they drafted him. I thought he was a reach. I'm just not a big fan of this interior. And then quarterback, Trey Lance. What? There was something crazy with him. Like, he hasn't started a full season since, like, high school or something. Or what was the stat? I don't know. But yeah, he could be an amazing quarterback. It's just all about development with him. And then obviously they kept Jimmy G around. Y'all know what I'm gonna do with him clearly in a minute. But that sounds like I'm gonna kill him or something. Jesus. No. Yeah, Trey Lance could be an absolute monster. Probably will be a fantasy monster at least this year, but, you know, fantasy doesn't really mean... If you're good in fantasy, a lot of the time it doesn't mean you're nearly as good in the regular NFL. I don't know. And then this defense here. Is Jason Verrett out for the year again, or what happened to him? Because I think he's injured. I can't remember what happened to him this year. I swear he's had like 5 or 6 season-ending injuries at this point, which sucks for him. Could be arguably the best corner in the league right now. He was so good for the Chargers. Even has been good for the 49ers, which is weird considering, you know, all the injuries have stacked up. I don't know why he is the player I talked about first, but we'll roll with it. Nick Bosa is probably the best player on their defense, one of the better pass rushers in the league. I think at this point he's honestly a touch underrated. Like, I think he's close to being top 3, top 5 range. He's really good. I do like Joey Bosa a bit more right now. I think Joey Bosa is like number 3. Nick Bosa might be like 4 or 5. 5 or something. Obviously Fred Warner had a bit of a down year last year, not too bad, but a touch bit of a down year. Still, I think he's like maybe the second best linebacker in the league. I like Demario Davis more, he's a monster, but I do expect Fred Warner to pass him up this year. I like Eric Armstead, clearly. I have him pretty high in my rosters. I don't know if I want to have him that high, but he is a really good player. Interior D-line is a question. I think Maurice Hurst is maybe out for the year. Javon Kinlaw has been a bust so far. I thought it was a great thing they did, trading DeForest Buckner so they didn't have to pay him for a first, and then drafting Javon Kinlaw with that pick. Unfortunately, Javon Kinlaw hasn't worked out. They might play Hassan Ridgeway as the number 2. I kind of like Hassan. I don't know what they're going to do. Or maybe Kalia Davis. I like him. I loved the Charvarius Ward signing. He was really underrated for the Chiefs last year. I think he'll be a stud. I like Emmanuel Mosley and Ambry Thomas. I think I said Mosley, whatever, you know what I mean. Jimmy Ward, one of my least favorite players in the league. Go fuck yourself. And then George Odom, I mean, when he's played for the Colts, at least on special teams, he's been good. I don't know if that's really going to translate, but I mean, could be decent. I don't even know if they're starting him actually, but I'm guessing they are. And then the linebackers, other than Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, obviously underrated, and Azeez Al-Shaair is good too. So they have a great just overall team. The only things they're really lacking are definitely interior O-line, interior D-line, and then QB, clearly. Maybe safety, but I feel like that'll just figure itself out. But without further ado, I want to make some trades here. So this is what we're doing. We're trading Jimmy G to my favorite team, unfortunately, the Seattle Seahawks, for 2 second-round picks. Now, normally, interdivision trading is kind of weird, but when we're screwing over the other team, clearly, I think it's a good thing. I mean, we're stealing their picks and giving them a quarterback who isn't great in real life, clearly, and doesn't play well here. So I think this is a great move for us. Bruh, you gotta be kidding me. I feel like this happened so much more this year. I hate it. Okay, here we're trading Charles Omenihu, Jason Verrett, and a 7th to the Cowboys for a 2 and a 3 this year. So the reason I did this and traded away Jason Verrett is because he is clearly older, and we have some players that I want to get more playing time behind him. I don't think he would be a key part of the team by the time we're ready to compete because, I mean, think about it. Do you ever really see the 49ers competing much at all, especially early on? So I don't expect to do very well this year. I think if we do well, it'll be because I built a really strong roster. At the midseason point of year number 1, we are 4 and 3. I'm kind of surprised we have a winning record. I didn't see this being a good team. Trey Lance must be doing pretty well, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, okay. Trey Lance has 1,700 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 picks. Really good. I guess technically rookie year so far, even though he's not a rookie, but like kind of his rookie year. This is really his first year starting. He's a really raw player, so kind of a rookie year. But we have some upgrades here. Anyone major? Hopefully Trey Lance, maybe? Some pretty important ones, Dre Greenlaw and Elijah Mitchell. Let's spend those definitely. And I wonder what our re-signings are going to be. I actually don't know. Okay, so nothing major up here. Also, I did just re-sign Charles Omenihu from free agency. Apparently they cut him after we traded it. That was weird, but I got him back. Jimmy Ward, Robbie Gould, Dre Greenlaw, Mike McGlinchey, Mitch Wishnowsky, which is one of my favorite names. It's so fun to say. Maurice Hurst, Emmanuel Mosley, Azeez Al-Shaair. A lot of starters, a decent amount of starters. No major starters, but a decent amount. Let's go with Dre Greenlaw first. Let's just offer him neutral, and he takes that. Perfect. A good part of this is the 49ers kind of have like a good culture and everything, so I think it's going to be easier to sign some of these players. But yeah, we'll just have to see. Mike McGlinchey, I will wait. How is he doing so far this year? That will determine if I re-sign him or not. Oh, he has allowed no sacks so far, and he is a run blocker. I feel like they messed the coding up with this game. I feel like good run blockers pass block better than pure pass blockers. I don't know if that's just me, but Mike McGlinchey should not be one of the best tackles I have had, and no long-term commitment. No, okay, fuck you too then. Emmanuel Mosley, I guess I'll re-sign. He's already 26, but we'll offer him neutral, and he also wants a longer contract. The length is definitely bringing me down to, if you know what I'm saying. Fuck, I misspoke. I messed it up. God damn it, I'm not funny. Let's re-sign Azeez Al-Shaair. Okay, we brought him back. He wasn't expensive at all. And I think the last one I'm going to try for here is Juwan Jennings. He does want want he's not interested really. Let's try player friendly, and he wants a bigger offer to overcome this team not being a fit for me. What do you mean it's not a fit for you? This is like one of the best, whatever, that's fine. The rest of the players, I will just wait until the end of the year to re-sign. So remember when I said the 49ers never do well early on? Yeah, that was a lie, apparently. We finished 12-5 and get a first round bye. That kind of rhymes. But we have some upgrades here. I'm guessing what it is Jimmy G starts for the 49ers in most franchises because he is a higher overall, but he just doesn't play that well, and I'm guessing Trey Lance was just a god this year. That's my personal guess. We'll have to see in a minute, but that's what I'm guessing. Also, why are the Jags good in this game? I don't know. Okay, yeah, he was very good. 4,100 yards, which is a bit low, especially for this game, but it is more of a rushing offense for sure. 37 touchdowns as technically kind of a rookie, only 8 interceptions, 67% completion percentage, 114.1 passer rating. Jesus. Ooh, yikes. Elijah Mitchell, less than 1,000 yards in a heavy rushing offense, only 3.7 yards per carry and 6 touchdowns. I mean, Trey Lance technically outrushed him, less yards but more yards per carry, I guess. And they actually give Debo a lot of rushes, which is realistic. 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. I like that they did that in this game. That's actually nice. I didn't know that. Debo was our leading receiver with 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns. George Kittle, less than 1,000 yards, but 13 touchdowns. Juwan Jennings, 900 yards, 3 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk, 800 yards, 6 touchdowns. So, not bad in terms of receiving. For blocking, our line was actually pretty good. Trent Williams only let up 8 sacks, which is good for a left tackle in this game. The guards were definitely a bit questionable. Actually, Spencer Buford, I played at center, so that is a horrendous center season. Daniel Brunskill as our right guard letting up 7 sacks is not good. Aaron Banks at left guard only letting up 4 is very good, so I'm thinking the only linemen I'm not going to change out are Trent Williams, Mike McGlinchey, and Aaron Banks. Buford and Brunskill I will try to replace. How about defense here? I am expecting a big year from Nick Bosa. Let's see. 124 tackles from Dre Greenlaw led the team, 114 from Fred Warner. Tackles for loss, good amount, 13 from each Eric Armstead and Nick Bosa, 12 from Javon Kinlaw. And sacks, pretty good amount, 15.5 from Nick Bosa. Now, he isn't necessarily one of those, like, absurdly broken players all the time that get, like, 30 sacks, but I have seen it from him before, so we'll have to see. Eric Armstead also had 14.5 sacks. I forgot he is very good in this game. And Javon Kinlaw even had 6.5. Dre Greenlaw had 5. I don't think we were using him as a pass rusher. It must have just been on blitzes or something. I don't know. Drake Jackson with 4. That's pretty nice too, as a third pass rusher. That's not bad. And for interceptions, we also had a pretty good amount. 3 from Charvarius Ward, 2 from Dre Greenlaw, Azeez Al-Shaair, Jimmy Ward, and George Odom, and then 1 from Fred Warner and Ambry Thomas. Let's check out yearly awards though. How high was Trey Lance on the MVP list? He was at number 5. Okay, not bad. Josh Allen does win it here. No other 49ers clearly. Offensive Player of the Year, like usual, goes to Cooper Kupp of the 4-13 Rams. Yikes. Trey Lance at number 3. That would have been nice if he could have won that, but yeah, Cooper Kupp is kind of broken in this game. Same with Christian McCaffrey. I'm surprised he wasn't higher. They were only 5-12 though too. What the hell? Deebo Samuel up there at number 9. Nice. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Robert Quinn. I want to check out his stats. Any Cardinals, or not Cardinals, 49ers. I have Cardinals on the brain because I saw them right here. But we have Nick Bosa at number 10. I'm kind of surprised he's not higher, and I'm surprised Eric Armstead isn't on here. Rookie of the Year goes to Jameson Williams. Tyrion Davis-Price at number 7. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. Drake Jackson at number 8 as a backup. That's nice. Oh, okay. I mean, that's not as good of a year as I was expecting to win Defensive Player of the Year. Armin Watts, oh my god, what? 18 tackles for loss, 9 sacks? I might have to look at him in rebuilds. He played, like, absurdly well. What? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look out for him. And Roquan Smith looks like he was playing as a pass rusher. I love this game. But yeah, Robert Quinn, really good year. Not quite as good as I was expecting for Defensive Player of the Year, but he did very well. But let's see who we're taking taking on in the divisional. It's gonna be the Dallas Cowboys, a famous rival of this team. Now, we do have a better roster and a better record than them. We are 1 overall better, our defense is 2 overall higher, and then we had 3 more wins than them. But let's see, we have a first of many scenario. What do I want to say here? Do I want to risk it because it's the first year? Or should I? Nah, I'll just go play it cool. I always play it cool. I just think it's way better. Also, I didn't know that's what that guy's hair was, the Mikey McDingle coach. I thought he was just bald, but whatever. That's actually or I guess he's not bald, but I just thought it would be short hair. That's interesting. But obviously, because it's year 1, I mean, not week 1, you know what I mean. Because it's year 1, I'm not gonna jump in, I'm just gonna sim this. If it was year 2 or 3, I would definitely jump in, but let's see if we can take down the Dallas Cowboys. And we do, 38-35, let's go. So let's recap this. Does it give me like an XP or a stamina, not stamina, like morale boost or something? Oh no, it gives me staff points, never mind. That's kind of lame. Well, I guess staff points are important, but I don't even spend them. I don't know what they do, or I know what they do, you know what I mean. I don't know what they're gonna get spent on. Here we're taking on the Green Bay Packers though. My brain is all over the place right now. They have actually a pretty bad offense, but an amazing defense. We're the same overall as them, but we get the home game. We don't have to go play in Lambeau, which is very nice. And we did have a better record than them, clearly. Aaron Rodgers looks like he had a decent year if you look down below. 4,400 yards, 36 touchdowns. 15 picks is a lot, but still not a bad year. But let's see if we can take down Green Bay. And unfortunately, like I expected, we cannot. It's going to be a Chiefs-Packers Super Bowl, which is very possible for this year. I don't know if the Packers quite are good enough, or are quite good enough. Now, that first game was kind of weird because they were missing both of their tackles against a very good Vikings pass rush, so I wouldn't weigh too much into that, but just in general, I don't know if the Packers are quite good enough to make the Super Bowl in real life. They're definitely good enough to make the playoffs. I don't know about the Super Bowl. Trey Lance does get an upgrade here, though. That doesn't really mean he won an award, does it? I mean, it's the Super Bowl week, so I don't think it really does. Oh, he has Superstar. Wait, does he normally have Superstar? I don't know. I have no idea. I think he started with Star, so he did dev up. So I guess this is the dev up week. But let's see who wins the Super Bowl in year number 1. Okay, the Chiefs do take down the Packers. It does make me wonder what we could have done against the Chiefs, you know. Maybe we were the better team, I don't know. We didn't really get blown out, I'm sure. Actually, I don't know, let's see. Okay, so we lost 38-31. We got 31 put up on us. Or no, we got 38 put up on us this time. In the last game, we scored 38. So, I mean, we did all right. We have 69 million. Nice. I don't know why I noticed that. Like I said, I'm just all over the place right now, apparently. But here we have the, not retirements, I'm stupid. Here we have the re-signings. Now, how was Jimmy Ward this year? Was Jimmy Ward decent? If he got like a decent amount of picks or something, he had 2 picks, 6 pass deflections, 38 catches allowed, 2 tackles for loss. I mean, he wasn't bad in terms of stats, but he is older. How long of a contract does he want? If it's like 1 year, it looks like it's 2 years. He's not that expensive and he's interested. I'll re-sign him if he wants to. Okay, he does take that. Nice. I clearly don't like him, like I said earlier. He's kind of an asshole, but either way, it's good to have him back, I guess. Mike McGlinchey, he rejected it because he wanted a longer deal. Hold on, let's go neutral and let's up it to 3 years. Maybe he'll take that. Okay, he does take that. Cool. I'm fine with signing him for longer. I mean, he's going to be here for the rest of the rebuild. Hopefully his play doesn't regress like crazy, though. Emmanuel Mosley, how was he this year? Oh, he was maybe the worst corner I've ever had in a rebuild. No picks, no pass deflections. How? 27 catches allowed. That's not the worst number, but no pass deflections, no picks. He either got beat or didn't get it thrown at him. There was no in between. Juwan Jennings, I'll resign if he wants to. We offered him 3. Okay, I guess we'll go player friendly. He's probably not going to take that. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that, honestly. We don't need him. He's already 26. I'm having to refresh my memory on how these players did. I recorded the first part this morning. I don't really remember. He didn't play much, but I mean, he got 6 tackles for loss in not many snaps. He might be a good depth player to have. How much money is he? Okay, nah, he's pretty cheap, and he's very interested in coming back. He takes that. Cool. Just a one-year deal, but, you know, if he doesn't do anything, we just don't have to re-sign him next year. Mitch Wishnowski, I will give... Let's give him like 3 years. Let's see if he takes that. I just don't want to have to worry about punter anymore. I just want to, you know, get that figured out. It looks like Robbie Gould did retire. That's why I didn't re-sign him earlier. The rest of these players, though, I will just let go, and let's get into free agency. Bro, that scared the shit out of me. I thought George Kittle retired. I forgot if you don't have like a lineman or something, it'll try to move like a tight end over for some reason. But yeah, it moved him to center, which apparently he's like a 70 overall at center. I don't think that would work out very well in real life. He is way too small, but you know, whatever you think, Madden. These are the players I'm going to be going after in free agency. First one being Juju Smith-Schuster. Obviously, we need receiver help after Juwan Jennings left, and just in general, he's an upgrade over Juwan Jennings. He's the same age, same dev trait, just 8 overall better, so big upgrade there. Mike Hughes is going to be the next player. Obviously, we traded Jason Verrett, and then we didn't re-sign Emmanuel Mosley because, you know, he was terrible. I don't feel comfortable with Samuel Womack starting, so we're not going to do that, even though I have heard good things about him in real life, so I don't know, in real life maybe, but here at a 68 overall with normal dev, I am good. The next player is going to be David Edwards, just because our interior was shaky, at least in terms of overall last year. I'm probably going to move him to right guard because I trust Aaron Banks at left guard. He was good last year, so yeah, he'll play right guard for us, replacing Daniel Brunskill. And then the last player I'm going to try to sign is going to be Ronnie Harrison. He is going to start for us at strong safety. I moved Jimmy Ward back to free safety, which isn't that his position in real life anyways? Isn't he a lot more of a free safety than a fucking strong safety? He's like a free safety corner hybrid. I don't know. This game confuses me at times. But yeah, let's see if we can get any of these players. I offered them all team-friendly deals because they all are very interested in us, and none of them had any other offers, so let's see. So first wave, it looks like David Edwards signed. Okay, he was the one, honestly, I kind of wanted the least because, you know, I can always just draft interior offensive linemen. That's the position I'm, like, best at drafting, but yeah. It's still an upgrade. I've gotten him in a rebuild before and he was fine. Oh, it looks like, unfortunately, we did get outbid on every single player here, so let me up their offers a little bit. If we don't get them, though, it's not the end of the world, clearly. Alright, so we're now tied for the lead with Juju and Mike Hughes. I just offered them neutral, and then we're still losing for Ronnie Harrison, but even if I don't get Ronnie Harrison, I can just draft a safety, or hell, I can draft a corner, put him at safety, and move Jimmy Ward back to strong safety. Like, I can figure something out. But let's see if either of these three sign with us. So all three do sign. Whoa, all of them signed with us. We got every single player here, good lord. So that's a huge upgrade to this team. What's our overall now? I'm actually kind of curious. Oh, I didn't mean to click something, hold on. We're sitting at an 86 overall. Now that's playing David Edwards at center, which we're not gonna do. Well, he has tackle experience. Yeah, no, he doesn't. I don't think he has much center experience. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he used to be a tackle at what, Wisconsin? Yeah, Wisconsin. I think. I can't remember really, but yeah. And then, wow, look at the dev traits on this defense. It's literally all dev traits, every single starter. But yeah, this team, huge upgrade in just 1 year. Up, what, 5 overall, 4 overall in 1 year. So let's get into the draft and make this team even better. 5th year option for Javon Kinlaw. I'm not going to pick that up. It would be way cheaper for me to just re-sign him. I think I'm going to re-sign him, but yeah, the 5th year, I don't want to pay him like, what? 5th year is like the top 5 average, or is it like a franchise tag? I don't know. I don't really even know how that works. I should know. I know it's a lot of money, but I don't know what the numbers are for some reason. I should know that. Hold on. Okay, that's more complicated than I even realized. It's apparently if they have 2 or more Pro Bowls before the 5th year option, essentially, it's a franchise tag. If they have one Pro Bowl selection, it's the 10 highest salaries, the average of that for their position. That's what they get for that year. And then a lot more stuff if they don't have a Pro Bowl. It's confusing. I don't understand it. Well, I do now, but like, I never would have guessed that. Okay, Brandon Ayuk. This one might be a bit different. I think I'm gonna pick this up. Knowing that now, I don't think he's had a Pro Bowl yet, so it might be a bit cheaper. We'll go with that. You know, I kind of forgot this team doesn't have a first-round pick. That's kind of tough. The Lions have number 1 and number 2, where the Rams, oh yeah, the Rams were like 4-13 this year, so they got pick 1 and 2. That, they better be a good team within like a couple years at this point. They got Aiden Hutchinson. This year they're gonna have the number 1 and 2 picks. Like, they better end up being good here. If they're not, then they're just a cursed franchise. Well, they already are, but like still. These are some goofy ass names, dude. Donovan Emerson, Cade Harrington, Chase Patterson. I don't know why those are so funny to me, but those are the top 3 quarterbacks. That's something. Ooh, wait, that guy looks good. Hold on. I don't need a QB, but like, this guy looks actually really, really good, huh? I think with this first pick, I'm gonna go Mike Rosen. He is a 6'3", 314-pound, 22-year-old center out of Ole Miss. He has, well, he ran a 4.86, 32 reps on the bench, all right strength, but really good speed for a center. You love to see that. He has A awareness, A run block, A lead block. A awareness is kind of rare to get with run block, like a run blocking player. Normally you get that with, you know, pass protectors, all those archetype linemen, so kind of cool to see that. He looks questionable in a sense. I mean, that pass block is looking rough. Run block power, he's clearly not a power player. He's clearly a speedy run blocker, which, you know, the run blocking is a good fit for this scheme. The speed, not with how I'm running it, but let's take him. And he has hidden. That's not surprising. Not the strongest in the world, but he is really fast. I'm gonna do the classic 49ers thing, and I'm gonna take a running back. We're gonna go with James Southward. He's not very fast, but he is a strong running back. He is clearly a power back, listed with great strength, even solid speed at a I don't know, I guess it's fine speed. It's not the slowest ever, but 4.51 isn't great for a running back. But he has A break tackle, A carrying, A stiff arm, B trucking. Clearly just a pure power back, no juke move, spin move. But we're hoping the power can, I guess, carry him. So let's take him, and he has hidden. Ooh, okay. Hopefully he's not just another Trey Sermon. With this pick, I think I'm gonna go Luke Carter. He's 5'10", 186, 22 years old, out of Florida, ran a 4.42 at the Combine, 4.39 at his pro day, so, I mean, he has pretty good speed. Average stats, I mean, he's, like, okay at everything. It's gonna be, like, a C to a D for every, like, coverage and awareness stat, like, all the important ones and everything. But let's take him, could be a decent player. He has another hidden dev. Dude, I'm goated. That's 3 for 3 on hidden devs so far. Whoa, okay. I think I'm gonna go with this guy, Devin Dobbs. He's a huge defensive tackle. B block shed, B tackle. He put up 43 reps at the Combine. What's the record? Is it like, well, actually, I think the record's a bit higher than that. I think it's like Stephen Paya, or however you said his name. No, he's number 2. It's Justin Ernest, a defensive tackle in 1999. I didn't know that. He put up 51 reps. Jesus. This would put Devin Dobbs at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This would put him at number 10, tied for number 10, so that's interesting. But he actually has good stats too. B block shed, B play rec, C awareness is fine, C power moves, clearly not a pass rusher, B tackle. Let's take him though. Okay, yeah, clearly all strength. 96 strength, which is very nice. 58 speed, yikes. So, we had a pretty damn good draft, especially considering we didn't even have a first round pick. The first player we took, Mike Rosen, the center, is a 72 overall. That's about what I expected. I thought he was going to be even lower, to be honest. Not very strong, not much power, but good run block, just a good speed run blocker, I guess. He looks like a really decent center for the future. James Southward, the power back, also looks really good. He's even better than I thought he would be too at a 73 overall. Great carrying, not that bad a speed. I mean, it's fine. 91 carrying as a rookie, like I said, is really good. 89 speed, just overall really balanced looking, so I'm happy with that. Luke Carter isn't the best overall at a 69, even though it is nice. Also 69 man coverage, 69 press. Nice all around. Pretty quick too, 92 speed is solid for sure. He looks like a good player. Devin Dobbs is even better than I expected. He's a 72 overall. That 96 strength is disgusting. Good block shed, decent tackle, no pass rush or speed clearly, but really good run defender, and that's what we drafted him for. We didn't draft him to be a pass rusher clearly. And then the CPU took over here. I mean, they made great picks too. Julius Sheldon is a 72 overall tight end. No dev trait like you saw, 269 pounds, nice. But yeah, looks like a, honestly not bad route runner. Looks like a, not speedy, but I guess just good receiving tight end. And then the last really good pick the CPU took was Christian Stamper. He's the lineman I was gonna take instead of the center I took, and maybe I should have. He's more of a pass blocker. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. He is good enough to start. I don't know if I want to start him over Aaron Banks, but I might, because I mean, he doesn't look bad at all. We'll see. I'm gonna do something weird at the midseason probably. It's gonna involve a trade of a lineman based on who's doing well, who's not, but let's get into year number 2 and hopefully we can do better. George Kittle gave Julius Sheldon a dev trait. That's huge. So this is a look at the team going into year number 2. Obviously, big upgrade for Trey Lance going up to superstar. He will definitely be our QB for the rest of the rebuild. He played great in year 1. Kind of looks like he has gray hair. I've noticed that. I don't know if it's just the light or what, but it looks like he has kind of gray hair. I don't know. Kind of weird. But either way, should develop into an amazing quarterback. He's already number 15. That kind of reminds me, my rosters are currently in the works. I just did the 49ers. I haven't done the week 1 updates for their overall, so they might be a bit different. But yeah, I just did the 49ers right before I started recording this, and I'm about a quarter of the way done with my rosters, so they should be out in a couple weeks or so. PC only, unfortunately. They'll probably be called like updated 2022. My tag or whatever is Brandon823021, so be sure to look for those in a couple weeks. I'll definitely let you know in a video when they are out, but I haven't gotten any complaints about them really, and I'm pretty proud of them. I think I have at least a decent grasp on football. I don't think my takes are too controversial a lot of the time, other than, you know, the TJ Watt take I have, that he's like the second best pass rusher. That's the only take I've really gotten any pushback on, but I don't know, I think I have a decent opinion most of the time, sometimes. Anyways though, the thing I'm doing with the offensive line is I'm gonna start Aaron Banks at left guard this year, and if either him or a David Edwards plays poorly, I'm going to trade one of them away and start Stamper at guard. Christian Stamper. He is a good pass blocker, which means he's probably going to be terrible at pass blocking in this game, because that's just how it works. But yeah, obviously, we also added this running back, James Southward. I'm going to start him because Elijah Mitchell was not great for me last year. And I'm also going to be starting Juju, obviously. We signed him. I'm really tired right now. We'll be playing Luke Carter as our number 4 corner and the number 2 slot corner. So hopefully he has a good dev trait. He could replace Charvarius Ward, or I guess Mike Hughes maybe? Nah, probably just Charvarius Ward. We'll see, because Charvarius Ward might be a cut candidate. He's very expensive, and it would save us some to cut him. But I'm very excited to see how this team does in year number 2. So let's get to the midseason point. Okay, at the midseason of year number 2, we are 3-4. That's a bit disappointing. It looks like we've had a decently hard schedule just off of some of the games I've seen, but Trey Lance is definitely not the problem. He is doing amazing. Again, a bit low at the passing yards, but I'll cut him some slack because, I mean, that's not really the point of our offense anyways. James Southward is doing okay, only 3.6 yards per carry. Could be better. Receiving, we're doing well there, no worries. How about blocking? Ooh, okay, so Mike McGlinchey is doing terribly, but everyone else is doing amazing. So very bipolar offensive line. I don't know what else to call. You know what? Hold on. I didn't really think of this, but Christian Stamper wouldn't be the worst tackle build in the world. Is he quick-ish? He has okay acceleration. Wow, he has 61 lead block. Ew. Right tackle, maybe? On the depth chart? I might think about that, because our guards, both of them are doing very well. I was worried one of them would kind of stink it up, and then I would trade him away and start Christian Stamper. Also, Mike Rosen, a candidate for the all-castration team, of course. It looks like defense might be the problem, though. We're not getting much pressure at all, other than Nick Bosa, and even then, he's having a decent year, but not great by his standards. I mean, he's having a good year, but like I said, not great by his standards. Picks are also down. We only have 6 on the year, which isn't the worst, but you know, last year we were much better. So let's see about re-signings here. What do we want to do and who do we have? We are broke. Oh no. So I'm thinking Nick Bosa is gonna have to get the tag. Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to get the tag. We're gonna have negative 19 million if we offer him this. I can't even offer him that, it doesn't let me. So he's getting the tag. I'm probably gonna end up cutting Charvarius Ward. David Edwards is doing what did I just call him? David Edwards is doing well. I can't really afford him though. This is a tough situation. We might lose both of our defensive tackles. I didn't even consider money being a problem for this team, because we're not paying a quarterback. Imagine if we were, though. We would be, like, screwed. But we're not paying... Maybe we are paying Jimmy G, because did he have a big bonus this year or something, or big guarantees? I don't know. Because we're not paying Trey Lance a whole lot, just a rookie contract. Who are we paying? Okay, Debo, I guess we're paying Juju a little bit, George Kittle, Trent Williams... I guess we're paying some players. Mike McGlinchey a little bit. Eric Armstead. We're going to be paying Nick Bosa. Who else? Fred Warner. Dre Greenlaw. Charvarius Ward, clearly, like I said. Mike Hughes a little bit. I mean, I guess we are paying some players here. So... I'm surprised we're broke, but I think I can weasel my way out of it. I can pull a Saints and magically create cap space out of thin air, you know what I mean? I'll figure this out. This is a very winnable division, though. The best team is only technically like half a game above us, because, I mean, they have one less loss because that's because they played one less game. What do you call that? I guess that's half a win better than us. I don't know. But we're going to be rocking with Stamper at right tackle over Mike McGlinchey, and let's get to the end of year number 2. So we finish out about exactly how we were at the mid-season point, exactly 1 game under 500. I guess you can't really go 500 anymore unless you get a tie, but still. We unfortunately do miss the playoffs. What was the problem this year? I'm guessing it was our defense. Ooh, maybe it was our offense. 23rd in offensive yards. How about defense? 19th, so pretty poor in both. How about scoring? Scoring is the big one. 18th in offense, just below average, and defense was a bit worse. So it looks like both were around the 20 mark. Patrick Mahomes wins league MVP, Trey Lance at number 4, Drew Lock on the Packers at number 9. That's maybe the most cursed thing I have ever seen in this game. That's awful. What team are we? We're the 49ers. Alvin Kamara seems very good in the game now. He wins Offensive Player of the Year here. Devo at number 3, probably had a good rushing year. Trey Lance at number 7. Defensive Player of the Year goes to division rival Aaron Donald. The Rams are good again, apparently. Fred Warner at number 3. That's nice, I guess. I almost said not nice. I was in the mindset that we're the Seahawks for some reason. I don't know. James Southward wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, so maybe he finished the year well. We have to see. That could be huge. Or no, it is huge. it's huge either way. He won the award, but hopefully he did like really well to finish the year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, no 49ers at all. Not even that corner or anybody. But Trey Lance did very well again, very similar year to last year, very similar actually. 4,300 yards, 36 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 67% completion percentage. James Southward didn't do that well though. He had a lot of touchdowns, but if you've watched me before, you know that I think touchdowns are an overrated stat in general, unless it's for like QBs or something, or maybe like receivers or tight ends, I don't know. But for running backs, I think it's a touch overrated. But James Southward, 700 yards, only 3.3 yards per carry, but 14 touchdowns. Trey Lance did run a lot, 450 yards, 4 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell, why am I wanting to call him James Mitchell? Who is James Mitchell? Okay, he is a backup tight end for the Lions. I don't know if that's who I was thinking of really, but that's who came up. I don't know. But yeah, Elijah Mitchell did pretty well as the number 2 back. Deebo Samuel got some rushing yards. In terms of receiving, Deebo had 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk had 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. George Kittle, 800 yards, 4 touchdowns. Juju, 600 yards, 9 touchdowns. Nice. Blocking, yeah, actually, that was an amazing decision to start Stamper. He did so well at right tackle. So he's going to be our right tackle of the future. Mike McGlinchey is going to get traded. Trent Williams did amazing as our left tackle, only letting up 7 sacks. Aaron Banks did very well again. Mike Rosen, bit worse in the second half. First half, he obviously had 0, on track for 0. Second half, he had 3, on track for 6. So, you know, half of the year he was really good. Half of the year he was pretty poor. So I'll take those evened out. David Edwards was an amazing signing, and clearly Christian Stamper was great too. Would have had 2 sacks if he started the whole year. In terms of tackles, Fred Warner had 133, Dre Greenlaw with 129, tackles for loss. A number of players had over 10, good amount there. Nick Bosa led the team with 11.5 sacks, bit of a down year in terms of just sacks in general. Eric Armstead with 8.5, Javon Kinlaw with 6. God, I want to re-sign him. He had a really good year. Maurice Hurst even had a really good year, 13 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks is okay, and I see something here. Fred Warner had 7 interceptions. Also 69 catches allowed. Nice. Dre Greenlaw with 3, Mike Hughes with 2, and a few players with 1. So, very, very interesting year. But I think that shows some brightness for this team. Some players did very well, and we're going to try to weed out the ones who did poorly. So let's get into this offseason and let's fix this team. Interesting Super Bowl here. The Cowboys take down the Patriots 38-35. The dynasty of the 90s against the dynasty of like the 2000s and 2010s. That's pretty interesting, you know, 2 of the most annoying fan bases. I don't think either of those are as bad as people say, but you know, people really hate those. Not so much the Patriots anymore, but definitely the Cowboys. More so when the Patriots were dominant. Either way though, very fun Super Bowl. So this is where things get interesting. What do we want to do and what can we do? I want a lot of these players back, and I can't bring a lot of these players back. I'm gonna do something interesting. So Charvarius Ward is going to be the first of my cuts. It would save us $13 million to do that. I'm going to re-sign him in free agency as long as I can afford him. So don't worry. If not, we have that third corner who can work out. So let's cut him. Great corner in real life, I think, but just gotta go here. Too expensive. So the first signing obviously has to be Nick Bosa. He is interested. Let's up this to 4 years just to entice him a little bit more. He is obviously very interested in coming back, but I just want to kind of make it a little bit sweeter. Let's offer him that, and he takes that. I was kind of worried he was going to reject it, I'm not gonna lie. David Edwards was pretty crucial to our offense, it seemed, so we're gonna definitely try to bring him back. Should I try to get away with team friendly? We'll go neutral. We'll try neutral, and he does take that. Unfortunately, though, that makes it so we can't... Well, let me see. So, actually, I might be able to bring back Javon Kinlaw. He is interested. We're gonna see if he takes neutral, and he takes that. Perfect. So this is like as well as this could have gone. Like, this genuinely could not have gone better. Unfortunately, that means no more Maurice Hurst, no more Jake Elliott, I guess. No more fucking Jeremy Ruckert. I don't know. But I mean, we got the main performers back, so I'm good. There might be a few more cuts I might want to risk. Let me check out some of the contracts in free agency. There are a couple I have in mind. Okay, so 82 overall receivers are only asking about 9.2 mil per year. I'm probably gonna cut Brandon Ayuk, and then what was the other one? Defensive end, 88 overall. I don't know if there's gonna be one that good. How much is JJ Watt at? Ooh, he's almost asked. Okay, I'm not gonna cut Eric Armstead, but I'm gonna cut Brandon Ayuk to re-sign him for cheaper. I would just like extend him in real life if I could do that, but unfortunately you can't extend early, so let's cut him. And then where is he? Brandon Ayuk, obviously still interested. I feel like if players get cut, it should make them not, well, I don't know. We'll offer him that, and that actually gives us $7 million to play with. So I think, should I try to re-sign Charvarius Ward, or should I just try for someone else? There are teams interested in him. Let's go Bryce Hall. I've never tried out Bryce Hall. We can't really afford him. Let's try team friendly. Oh, I can't even afford that. God damn it. Actually, potentially kind of weird. I'm gonna offer Xavier McKinney a contract. I'm gonna raise the years, but I'm gonna have to lower the money because I can't afford it. Simple as that. We'll up it another year. I think it'll let me do that much. Let's try that. He's not interested clearly, but I would like some more safety help. So let's see, these two players, Brandon Ayuk and Xavier McKinney. Brandon Ayuk clearly very interested. I could maybe even finagle it a little bit, drop it down because he is very interested, but I don't want to risk losing him, so let's just offer these players their contracts and neither of them take them. I am shocked Brandon Ayuk didn't take it. That is maxed out. Let's try it one more time. Let's see if either of them take them. And okay, so Brandon Ayuk does sign, but we're not gonna get Xavier McKinney, unfortunately. It would have been nice to, but it's just not gonna happen. Jerry Jeudy's here. I'm not gonna do that. We already have good enough of a receiving core. I'm good, but it is tempting. Okay, we'll offer that to Bryce Hall, or yeah, no. Wait, yeah, did I call him Breece Hall to begin with? It's Bryce Hall. Breece Hall is their running back. Bryce Hall is a TikToker. So let's see if he takes that. Should immediately take it, and he does. Beautiful. So in the draft, we have the number 14 overall pick. What was our record again this year? I'm recording this even after I recorded that last part. I think we were 8-9 from what I remember. So not too bad of a pick. That should be enough to get some of the players I want here. Never mind, one just went to the Giants. God damn it. Ooh, he skipped the combine. Looks okay. 24 reps as a corner. Goddamn. I think with this first pick, I'm gonna go Avery Hartwell. No, actually, I'm gonna go Ben Dale. This guy looks insane. He is 6'6", 297, 22 years old out of Clemson, a defensive end. We don't have him fully scouted, but I did put him as one of the focus players. Elite strength, which I'm kind of surprised it's listed as elite. It's only 34, which is very, very good, but sometimes there are players with like 40 reps in here, so I don't know, man. It's very good though. And we're gonna be moving him to defensive tackle, so a 4.8 flat is gonna be very good there. And not to mention, he has A block shed, A play rec, A impact block, A tackle, B awareness, B power moves, no finesse moves, but I mean, he's well-rounded, like he has good pass rush and run defense, and he's just an absolute monster in run defense. So let's take him. He's gonna have normal dev. Just kidding. Okay, hidden dev, 90 strength, that's exactly what I expected, 79 speed as a defensive tackle. This guy is nice. I think I'm gonna go with a safety here. Is this the one I was looking at? No, he's slow. Who was the safety I was looking at? It was this guy, Victor Jackson. He is a strong safety out of Washington. He's left-handed just like me for real. 5'11", 224. Bit of a different build from me in real life, but you know, that's okay. He has A hit power, A tackle. He ran a 4.46 as what, a run defending safety? That is very nice. 15 reps, which is a little low. Actually, I don't know if this player intrigues me, if he intrigues me or concerns me, because he is listed as run support, but he doesn't have good strength, so is he gonna be just overall bad, or I don't know. No, I don't know how he could be bad, because look at these stats. A block shed, A hit power, A tackle, B play rec, B pursuit, B to D man coverage, A to C awareness. Just looks like an overall good player. The only thing I'm really worried about is just the overall coverage, especially zone coverage. I think he'll be definitely more of a what Madden would call hybrid safety, like just good man coverage, more of what you would consider a slot corner, even though he has a really weird build for that. So I don't know, let's just take him. And he has normal. That's really, really surprising. I hope he at least has a good overall. We'll see. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, Greg Beckham. He is 5'11", 233, 22 years old, out of Washington State, the best college. Yeah, if you didn't know, I'm a Washington State Cougars fan. I'm from Washington, obviously. Seahawks fan, you know. Should have been blatantly obvious, but still. He is a middle linebacker. He ran a 4.47 and a 4.4 flat at his pro day as a linebacker. Not the strongest in the world, 19 reps. Actually, that's kind of rare. It's listed as marginal for his strength. I never really see that. Normally you see elite, great, good, solid, or like poor or something. I don't know, but that's kind of weird. But he has A awareness, A man coverage, and that's about where his good stuff stops. I mean, I'm guessing he'll have A zone, maybe good catching or block shed or hit power. I don't know. Not a great run defender, but this guy looks like a really good coverage linebacker. Maybe what we need at safety. We'll see. And just like I expected, he has hidden dev. His hair, he put his head back and his hair just stayed in, like that right there. He shook his head, but his hair stayed in the same spot. Kind of weird. Their hair programming or whatever is a bit weird, but you know, I'm not gonna nitpick them too much for that. That's kind of a random thing. I am a dumbass, and I forgot to press record on my thing. Let's go. Ben Dale is a very, very, very good player. He was a 74 at defensive end, so I was a bit disappointed, but at defensive tackle, he is a 77 overall. Now, like I said in the last thing, his power moves is not as good as I thought it would be. He's not as good of a pass rusher, but he's even better of a run defender than I expected. 84 tackle, 75 play rec. It's harder to see the run defense moves here. 79 block shedding, 77 pursuit. He looks like a really good run defender. Already the 25th best defensive tackle before he's even played a snap. That's nice. Victor Jackson, I had a whole conversation about like moving him to linebacker and then the linebacker we took to safety, but it was just barely not worth it. He goes down to a 72 at linebacker. The reason I was thinking that is because his coverage isn't great like I expected, but he still looks like an amazing player. 85 hit power, 78 tackle, 78 pursuit, 90 speed, 90 excel. Looks like a great backup safety, and I'm gonna involve him in some way. He's gonna definitely get playing time somehow. Greg Beckham is probably maybe the most like impactful player here. I think the defensive tackle is better. I don't know if Beckham's even going to play, but he looks like a monster. 91 speed, 88 excel, 80 tackle, 80 hit power, 82 pursuit. Might actually end up starting at outside linebacker, but he just looks like a monster. Insanely fast, has surprisingly decent run defense. I mean, his play rec isn't good, but like his tackle and pursuit are solid, his hit power, so he just looks like a really, really good linebacker. I would love to have him in an actual user league, which, you know, hint, hint, maybe coming soon, we'll have to see. And then this is what I was complaining about in the last thing. The CPU did something really weird. They apparently thought corner was a huge need for us because they picked 3 of them with our picks. Eric Leary was the best one at a 68 overall with hidden dev. That's a good pick. I mean, I would be happy if they made this pick, just why did they pick these other 2 as well? I saw Raekwon Whitfield in the pre-draft process. I thought his name was interesting. Just neither of these players have a good dev trait. They're just weird picks. I don't know what the CPU was doing. Here is a look at the team going into the third and final year of the rebuild. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like I've been getting more decent at rebuilds. I mean, maybe it's just because of the teams I've been starting with, but it seems like every single team I've been doing lately has had some form of success. The playbooks this year are a bit weird, and I can't figure out which ones are good for sure, but, I mean, we're still doing well. First year we did very well, second year we almost had a winning record, but not quite, just underperformances from our players, but we have a very good roster, at face value at least. I think the offense is exactly the same as last year, except we're going to be rocking with AJ Dillon at running back. I found him just sitting in free agency. I know he does fairly decent in this game, so he's going to be our RB1. This is the rare rebuild occurrence where I don't get a good running back. I guess that happened in the Bills one too. Or no, the rebuild before that, I think it was. I also rocked with AJ Dillon and he ended up working out. But yeah, Trey Lance has been a stud throughout this rebuild, has been top 5 for MVP both years. Just overall, our offense has performed very well. And then the defense, not as much. I mean, our offense has surpassed our defense in overall, which is interesting for the 49ers, but we obviously still have stud players here, like Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, and then we're going to have hopeful stud players by the end of the year, like Dre Greenlaw, Bernard Dale, is that his name? Ben Dale. Where did I get Bernard? I'm fucking stupid. Javon Kinlaw actually has superstar dev now, which is super interesting. I think he had a very good year last year, so yeah. Again, this is just all about performance though. We gotta do well for this rebuild to be successful. So let's get to, I guess, just the end of the year, and let's see how we do, I guess. Okay, so super quick before I reveal how we did this year, if you have not already, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and it takes you like 2 seconds. Plus, like I always say, if you've made it all the way here, you must have enjoyed it at least a little bit, so be sure to do that. Just stop whatever you're doing and be sure to do it, because it helps me out a ton, and let me know what team I should rebuild next, because that also helps me out a ton. It lets me know what you want to see, and you know, if I pick your comment, I'll give you a shout out. It's not really a matter of if, it's kind of a matter of when. And if you actually want to vote for the teams I do after I pull from the comments, follow me on Instagram. I host votes on my story, so be sure to go over there, follow me on there, link in the description. But enough plugging, let's get into the team. This is a look at the team before, you know, I reveal how we did this year. We're up to an 88 overall. You know, we have monsters like George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Trey Lance is up to an 84 with morale. I'm just gonna spoil it now, AJ Dillon had a very, very good year, and I'm happy I signed him. Well, actually, at least he was having a very good year at the midseason point. I don't know how he finished, but I'm guessing he finished pretty well. I will say the offensive line was horrid this year, and I made some changes to the defense. I benched Jimmy Ward because he was having one of the worst safety seasons I've ever seen. Bryce Hall was a monster this year, at least in the first half, like I said. Same with Nick Bosa. But, I mean, just the development on this team. Dale, unfortunately, does only have star, but, you know, it's better than normal at least, you know what I mean? I feel like this would be interesting. To make it truly even more of a secret, I feel like sometimes hidden players could end up having normal. That would be interesting, right? Or would it just be annoying? I feel like that might just be annoying. I don't know if that would be fun. But we made the playoffs this year. We finished 9-8. Not the prettiest record in the world, but we won the division. It was a horrible division. The Rams were the second best team at 8-9. Seahawks 7-10. Cardinals 4-13. Rough division. We have some upgrades here before I get into the stats. Ooh, Drake Jackson. I started him this year. I don't think he did much. We'll have to see. But let's get into some of these stats. I'm guessing Trey Lance did well. This was his worst season so far. Less than 4,000 yards in an extra game season. Like, you gotta remember there's an extra game in the schedule now, so that's not great. 32 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Not ideal, but still very good. Okay, AJ Dillon was solid. He wasn't quite as good as I expected him to be. He had like almost 5 yards per carry at the midseason, but it went back down to 4.1. At the midseason, we were 3 and 4 or something, so it wasn't great. He ended up with 6 touchdowns. It looks like our starting running back doesn't really get many snaps. They split a lot of the carries with Elijah Mitchell. Debo gets a lot of touches. Trey Lance runs a lot, so it's just a big mess of players getting rushes, which is how they are in real life. Trey Lance had 500 yards, 7 touchdowns. Debo with 305 touchdowns, and Elijah Mitchell with 300 yards, 5 touchdowns. So lots of rushing there. Debo led the team with almost 1,300 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns. He had a really good year. He had what, like 1,600 yards-ish, about that, and what, how many touchdowns? Ooh, I went the wrong way. And 20 total touchdowns. That's a nice year. Brandon Ayuk had 69 catches, nice. 880 yards and 7 touchdowns. Juju had 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. George Kittle with only 600 yards and 6 touchdowns. Blocking actually ended up working out better than I thought it would. Aaron Banks, I wish I benched him. He was bad in the first half, bad in the second half. One of the worst left guard seasons I've seen. Normally they don't do that bad, but yeah, he was good in the first couple of years, just not this year. Trent Williams with a monster year, only 6 sacks as a left tackle. Mike Rosen had 0 sacks in the second half of the year. First half he had 5, second half 0. David Edwards, I think, also had 0 sacks in the second half of the year, and Christian Stamper only let up 2 sacks as our right tackle. Insane. Defense, Fred Warner led the team with 145 tackles, Dre Greenlaw with 109 tackles for loss, lots there. In sacks, 15.5 from Nick Bosa, 8 from Eric Armstead, bit down from his first year. Drake Jackson with 5, Javon Kinlaw with 4.5, Dale with only a sack and a half, but he is more of a run defender, so that's fine. And then interceptions, we did go up there, I guess, technically. It was only 2 at the midseason. Fred Warner got 3, Dre Greenlaw, Mike Hughes, and Jimmy Ward each had 2, and Victor Jackson had 1, who I ended up starting at free safety, clearly. But yeah, 0 pass deflections from Jimmy Ward. That's interesting. But 2 interceptions. So he either allowed a catch or got an interception. There was no in between. So Kerry Griffin of the Lions wins MVP at 13-4. That's interesting. Let's see. No. Okay. We have Justin Herbert up here at number 9 for the Giants. That is something. But yeah, no 49ers, unfortunately. Or fortunately for me, because I'm a Seahawks fan, but you know what I mean. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jameson Williams. Debo at number 2. No other 49ers. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Shaquille Barrett. Interesting. Some older players up here for sure. Nick Bosa comes in at number 5. No other 49ers. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kerry Griffin of the Lions, of course. No 49ers. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Andrew Hurts of the 4-13 Cardinals. Surprisingly, only Victor Jackson up here at number 10. No Ben whatever. I can't remember his name now. God damn it. But here we're going to be taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to do something here, though. I'm going to make a quick depth chart change. We're gonna, well, I don't want to play Christian Stamper at left guard because he's doing so well at right tackle. Let's move in Mike McGlinchey, even though that makes no sense. It kind of does because he's a good run blocker. I don't know. We'll make an excuse for that, okay? But we're gonna be taking on the Minnesota Vikings. We have them by 7 overall. That might be the biggest overall difference I've ever had in a playoff game. They're only an 81 overall, but they won 3 more games than us. So let's hop in and let's see if we can take them down. All right, here we go against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm never going to get used to Dalvin Cook wearing number 4. I don't know why, but let's see if we can take them down. All right, first score goes to us. We're up 7-0. Vikings go right back down and score 14-7. Looks like it's going to be a shootout. They tie it back up. Hell of a shootout here. They're going to go down and score to make it 21-7. 28-17 is the score. 28-20, Vikings have the lead. And we're going to get knocked off in the wild card. 31-20. Is that Teddy Bridgewater? Wait, who is that? Did they actually sign Teddy Bridgewater back? No way, we got taken down by Teddy Bridgewater back on the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, we actually got taken down by him. He is probably the reason they won. 120 passer rating, 20 for 28, 2 touchdowns, no picks, only 230 yards. That's kind of like Geno Smith's game. Like, not many yards, but just good, like solid. Rushing, A.J. Dillon looks like he got absolutely shut down, so maybe not the best idea to start him. Trey Lance had a decent amount of rushing yards. Dalvin Cook did very well. Debo had a monster game, but it was not enough, unfortunately. We got a lot more pressure on them than they got on us, so I don't know, man. It's kind of a weird thing where it looks like we kind of outplayed them, but they just won for some reason. I guess Adrian Phillips, at probably like 34 years old, got an interception. That kind of changed the game. So unfortunately, we do lose here. My game's probably gonna crash. No, it surprisingly didn't. But yeah, probably wouldn't recommend using the 49ers offensive playbook here. Defensive playbook, it is pretty good. I don't know if that's just Nick Bosa, but yeah, their offensive playbook kind of blows. But unfortunately, that is all for today's rebuild. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, sub, turn on notifications. I have to get this up in like 10 hours probably, so wish me luck here. I'm recording this pretty late at night, so yeah, if I'm being a little quiet, that's why. But if you enjoyed, be sure to like, sub, turn on notifications like I said. Let me know what team to do next down below. Of course, I do all my rebuilds from suggestions. I don't think there's one that I've done that I haven't really gotten from a suggestion. But yeah, let me know if you also want to see like a full franchise series, like, you know, just actually like playing all the games, doing everything for the team. Let me know. But yeah, we're getting close to 500 subs, so thank you for that. Let's see if we can hit 20 likes once again. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Goodbye.